So you're thinking about moving to New Jersey? Well, in this video, we're going to be talking about the pros and the cons of living in New Jersey. And what you'll find out is some of the really good stuff that a lot of people has been talking about, like the opportunities, the location, things like that. But also, we're going to be talking about the not so good stuff where a lot of people don't really mention because they don't want you to know. But in this video, you're going to find out everything that you need to know, the pros and the cons. So let's get after it right now. Hey, if you're new to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in New Jersey, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you're the first to know about the current market in New Jersey. This is Seth with the Living in North New Jersey channel, and we get calls, messages, and emails every day from people just like you looking to make a move to New Jersey. Whether it's 1 day later or 100 days later, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we'd be happy to help you make that smooth move to New Jersey. So let's get after our video. I want to really dive in and talk about the pros and cons of living in the state of New Jersey. And the main purpose of this video is for you to really understand what you're getting into, especially if you're relocating from a different state or location. So this is going to really help you find out whether you want to move into New Jersey or not. So this video is going to be perfect for anybody that wants to really want to get a better idea of what New Jersey is like in terms of the good stuff as well as the bad stuff. And I think it's going to be an exciting video for those that are not ready for some of these things. And if you did not know already, well, that's going to be something that you're going to now know. And maybe it's going to impact your decision making when you make that move or not. So let's get started with our first pro for today. So as you probably know, New Jersey is located in the mid-Atlantic region of the United States of America. So it is also called the Garden State because it's filled with parks and recreational areas. So it's absolutely amazing, and we're gonna definitely talk about that as well. And it's surrounded by one of the most populated states and cities like New York City, Philadelphia, and Pennsylvania as well. And you really have a great proximity to all these areas where a lot of people are either working or it's somewhere that is a little too expensive, but they want to kind of lean in towards the New Jersey side. Or maybe you just have friends or family, or you want to enjoy a more rural lifestyle without having to pay the price tag of New York City. Well, New Jersey is a great spot for that. And that actually brings us to our first con of the video, and that's going to be the proximity and the location of New Jersey. So New Jersey is located in such an area where there's so many opportunities for a lot of people, whether it's working online or hybrid or in person, and it's really convenient if you are working in Manhattan or Philadelphia because it's very close, only about, depending on obviously what part of New Jersey, it could be all the way from the southern New Jersey, which could be 2 hours. But if we focus on the more densely populated areas, that would be something like maybe Jersey City. I don't know if you ever seen any of our videos of the Jersey City. It's one of the most densely populated cities, and it's only about 15-20 minutes to the city, because I know a lot of people that are watching this is going to be working in that area. And another main reason why a lot of people like to move, as well as because of the location, is, it's just close to their friends and family. You don't need to drive an hour out or 45 minutes out all the time. A lot of the times you can find a home where you're 5 minutes away from your family and friends. And that could be a great thing for those of you that don't want to travel that commute time. Alright, we're going to move on to our first con, and you probably guessed it, the cost of living. So the cost of living in New Jersey is substantially higher than several other states in the US, especially the Midwest part of America, where a lot of things are just much cheaper, especially the cost of living generally speaking. So you need to really understand that the cost of living is going to be higher as well, whether it's property taxes, whether it's taxes in general, right? or it could be your rent, whether you're looking to rent or whether you're looking to buy. Homes are going to be more expensive, so that's something to really keep into consideration when you're looking to make that move. But I can definitely say that if you're comparing it to other cities nearby, like Manhattan, anywhere in New York City really, your cost of living is going to be significantly cheaper in all those categories that we just kind of went over, whether it's property taxes, whether it's state taxes, cost of living, rent, all those different kind of things, and really the value of the properties as well. So overall, the cost of living in New Jersey is definitely higher than most other states in the US, but you do need to understand that we're talking about the states that are not as rural, not as densely populated. Definitely not comparing it to New York City or Philadelphia or the nearby urban cities such as New York City. So when you look at a broad perspective, it's actually not that bad at all, comparing it to other urban areas, as we mentioned. All right, our next pro is going to be the beaches in New Jersey. There are several beaches, and a lot of people enjoy it because many people coming from states like Texas, for example, do not have the beaches that New Jersey has to offer. And let me tell you, if you've ever been to Atlantic City, I definitely suggest you go check it out. There's a really popular boardwalk there, filled with different kind of hotels and filled with all different kinds of activities and very clean beaches as well, depending on which beach you're in. So I would definitely suggest checking that out because New Jersey has several different kind of beaches that you can go and really have a good time at. All right, moving on to the second con, and that's going to be the traffic. Traffic is a big deal in New Jersey, and the reason for this is because it's just very densely populated in a tight space, and there's just a lot of cars. That's the main kind of transport, even if you're closer to New York City for most people, and that causes a lot of traffic, especially during the rush hours around 8 or 9 a.m. as well as 5 to 7 p.m. in the evening. And you can really just avoid this by either taking the public transportation, if you're working somewhere that has easy commute using the public transportation, and for the people that are working in Manhattan, there's many different ways that you can really get to the city and back very quickly. This includes the bus, the ferry, as well as a light rail where you can just hop on and really avoid most of the traffic. Especially with the ferry, takes about 7 or 8 minutes to get to the city, which is amazing. So definitely keep that in mind. Traffic is one of the top cons that comes to anybody's mind that lives in New Jersey, for sure. So make sure that you keep that in mind. Be ready for the traffic. I don't think it's as bad as LA traffic, for if anybody is aware of how traffic is in LA, but it is pretty bad overall in comparison to many other states. So just watch out for that, embrace yourself. So our next pro is going to be the education system in New Jersey. New Jersey, believe it or not, has one of the top ranked educational school districts in all the US. So the taxes being relatively high compared to many other states, as we said, at least we know it's going to good use, right? So it is going to good use, and a lot of it is going towards the schools, the education. And if you really check out the schooling, and we use websites like niche.com or greatschools.org, you can really check out the top schools, and if that's really important to you when you're making that move, definitely check out that as well, because it really depends on your location. Everywhere doesn't have the same kind of ratings. And another option for you, if you don't want, or you don't prefer public schooling, is charter schools or private schools, which there's a ton of options for those as well, so keep that in mind. So let's move on to our next con. The next con is going to be the weather. So for a lot of people, this is a con. For some people, this could be a pro, depending on where you're coming from. So the good news is we experienced all 4 seasons, which is amazing, winter, fall, spring, and summer, but some of those seasons we live it to the extreme, especially with some humidity during the summer months. It could be a little rough, but I think it's a great thing overall, because at least we get to experience all the 4 different kind of seasons, whether it's the sun, the rain, the snow. It's just great overall. I personally don't complain about that much, but there are people that are not very used to this type of weather. So embrace yourself for that, because in the summer months it could get very humid, hot, and you just gotta kind of get used to it, because that's just really how New Jersey, and that's really how this northeast region is for the most part. Alright, our last pro is going to be the diversity that New Jersey has to offer. I would say, going to all the different kind of states in the US, myself, obviously I haven't been to all of them, but I've been to several different states. I think New Jersey is probably one of the most diverse states there are out there. And when I say diverse, I have two definitions of that. One is going to be the different cultures and backgrounds from all around the world coming into New Jersey, especially because of the World Trade Center that's very close, which is in New York, that creates all these different kinds of opportunities. But the second definition, which is also extremely important and amazing, is the diverse lifestyles that you can live, whether it's the rural or the suburban in New Jersey. And that really depends on what you're looking for. Do you want a more kind of quiet, relaxed lifestyle where you have more space and less noise, less traffic in the suburbs of New Jersey? Or you can definitely choose a more active lifestyle that is similar to Manhattan traffic, like, closer to the water, the Hudson River, where it's like Jersey City, Weehawken, Hoboken, and all those towns that are closer to the water. Definitely more noise and active lifestyle for those that want a more adventurous and that kind of lifestyle where the nightlife is active, unlike in the suburbs the lights are off during the night, and it's just a really different kind of world in the same state, which is absolutely amazing. I personally enjoy both. Yeah, let's get to our last con. Our last con is going to be the taxes, and most of you know this. New Jersey taxes are not that low, but a lot of people do like to make themselves feel better by comparing it to New York City's taxes, because it's way cheaper than New York City's taxes. I have a bunch of clients moving from New York to New Jersey just for this one reason, because of the taxes. And you're saving on a lot of state taxes, you're saving on property taxes, and with the amount of property taxes you're paying, you're also living in a much larger space, which is a really big deal for a lot of people. Maybe it's for you as well. So taxes could be a little rough in New Jersey though, in comparison to most other states in the US, as most of the states are not really as urban and densely populated like New Jersey is. So keeping that in mind, with the amount of opportunities that are available, the amount of densely populated the state really is, I don't think it's that bad. But if we're talking about property taxes, it really depends on the location and part of New Jersey you're located, but the state taxes are a fixed amount, obviously. So keep those in mind. It's really important to know that taxes could be rough for people coming in from states that are very low in taxes. So yeah. So if you're thinking about moving to New Jersey or living in New Jersey, there's really a lot of things to think about. And one of the main things is, are you okay with living in a more traffic lifestyle or a bit of more taxes? On the plus side, there's a ton of cool stuff that you can do and enjoy, like the beaches, the parks, the recreational areas, as well as historical landmarks, museums, and things of that nature. But also on the downside, there's more traffic, higher taxes, cost of living is a bit higher for sure, but the most important thing is there is no right or wrong answer. It's really for you to ask yourself these questions and see, which side kind of weighs higher than the other. Is it the pros that really stick out to you, or do some of the cons bother you where you don't really want to move anymore? That being said, if you have to make a move towards the Northeast region where you work in the city, or Manhattan, Philadelphia, New Jersey, in comparison to those states, is not a bad idea at all, especially considering the cons compared to those states' cons. So it's a good idea to think about it in that perspective rather than just comparing it to any state there is out there. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to know a little more about New Jersey and the suburbs and the urbs and the other parts of it, subscribe and hit the like button, because we're releasing videos every single week just so you can get a better idea of what it's like living, eating, and sleeping in New Jersey. And if you are looking to make a move here, Whether it's a day later or 100 days later, give us a call or shoot us a text. You can also send us an email. All that information is in the description below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.